Ain't nobody wanna listen to our cries. They don't understand the tears that fall from our eyes. They just can't admit, and they just can't confess. So they cover up the past to try to hide all the mess. Sick of the oppression, sick of the aggression, sick of the injustice without learning any lessons. Blessings come and go, but the scars cut deep. So we're living in the loop because history repeats. And it's got me tripping, got me living with anxiety. Priorities are twisted, so society is silently living in this bubble like sheep in the rubble. Cause ain't nobody love you when you're dealing with the struggle. But they all come running when the fame starts knocking. And they all start running when your name ain't popping. G, this is the system, this is our reality. This is their mission, to kill your mentality. Brother on brother, same mother, different color. So you represent your gang, you start killing each other. Damn, this is the message. I ain't talking about one ball. You claim you know the drill, but you ain't know what you stand for. I ain't no lad, I'm a dad and I rep that. And I'll be worried for my kids in the next gen. So what's the next step? We gotta step up, cause we don't wanna leave this world in the future fucked up, G.
Tears from my people, they can hold it in. They see my crying shadow, so within. I look at you, my brother cries. I look at you, my sister cries. Yo, how many tears gotta trickle down my face, and how many years does it take to replace the hidden agenda that was brought in by the system? Cater for the wealthy but forget about the victims. Got me tripping, I was thinking I should not be born in a system that was only made for you to be poor. Where do I look when I am looking for an open door? Where do I go when I cannot see the ocean shore? Should I focus more or leave some broken doors? Whether or not, either way, I will open doors. See the generation that we live in social war. Fair enough, we can come together for so much more. They never see the struggle, but they love you when you shine bright. Never make a payment, but they watching when the time's right. I've always stayed real, know what I stand for. Represent my people to the fullest, to the damn core. I'm a father and I rep it to the death of me. Showing all my kids that I stay strong indefinitely. See, the struggle is necessary for success. I just put it on paper for me to confess. Tears from my people, they can hold it in. They see my crying shadow, so within. I look at you, my brother cries. I look at you, my sister cries. Tears from my people, they can hold it in. They see my crying shadow, so within. I look at you, my brother cries. I look at you, my sister cries.
Oh, what's happening? Welcome to Individuality Complex, episode 11. We are speaking to you this week about a tender subject called, let me just bring it, life. We know life, you know life, I know life. Turn that down. Now, we all have life, we're all living, right? If you're tuning in, you're obviously alive. Some of us have given life. I'm a father. Some of my viewers are fathers. Some of us have seen life taken, life ending for our relatives and stuff like that. So life's like very, very, very expansive topic. So I picked life, right? Because it's easy for me to talk about life, because I've lived a life, and so have you. Except, like I'm sure many of us, we've lived different lives, and I'm just going to talk about experiences and lessons that I've had throughout my life in regards to life that kind of makes sense in the story. Now, my first story I want to tell you is just about a wasp. So there's this wasp in some place in Manhattan. I learned this fact years ago. I watched this show on Channel 2 that used to be on, and it was like a countdown of the most like deadly insects, right? And like it was one of the top ones. I don't know if it was number one, but it was a wasp that legitimately, as soon as it was born, was able to grapple and kill a cockroach and then lay its larvae in the cockroach. The larvae feed off the inside of the cockroach and are born. These things know this instinctively. As soon as they're hatched out of that roach, they'll like unfold and straight over into another cockroach to lay that shit. Bro, life, right? So that's like this is this much of life. Now for me, the meaning of life is living and trying to live happy. Because I don't know about you, but I like to be happy in my life. That's my goal. I'd like to just live and be happy. There's no real other purpose to my part in the whole grand scheme of things. So now I have to look after a small life from having a child, and that changes the whole perspective on life. As soon as you're like through that door of parenthood, some people don't get that connection, and that's sad because they don't mean to. Some people suffer from postnatal depression. Some people just don't disassociate with the child, almost like they hate it, like it's done something to them. And that, I can't stand it. I don't understand it, but like it's a thing, and we just have to know that that's a thing, and we carry on. It doesn't even matter, because the whole point of life is that we just carry on. We should never stop. Even reflecting, you should reflect as you move. As soon as I've noticed this is just from experience, as soon as I stop my thoughts, as soon as I stop wanting to progress or wanting to achieve, nothing happens. Right? And this is coming from very, very recent times where like I felt alone and very down because other people don't feel the way that I feel about certain things. It actually broke me a little bit, but I've had to just look at things ahead of time and like focus on things as I'm doing things. When I'm not doing anything, that's why I'm real grateful for like technology and stuff giving me an outlet to be able to like express in my own way, which is what this podcast is going to be about for me. And I hope like it helps other people. I don't care if it's like 5, 10, whoever. People watch and people will learn and people won't, and that's all good. Gonna get hate, I don't give a shit. That is life. And so we carry on talking about life, right? And depending on like how the lives of the people before you can also dictate the way that you act without subconsciously. You might not think you have anything, no likeness to any parent that raised you or grandmother, whatever. But I'm 100% there is, and it just happens. It's not even it's not purpose built. It's just, it is what it is. We're creatures of habit, and we're creatures of environment. That's why we speak certain languages when we live in a certain part of the world. We look a certain way when we're closer to the equator. It's just the facts of life. Now, I believe in good motives and like good thought and projecting good things will always attract good things. But the problem that we have is we're stuck in a world that's hard to live in, and it stresses us out, and it's sometimes overwhelming, and we get anxious and we get stressed out and we get depressed, and it actually changes the people that we are because we get stuck in that negative behavior, the thought pattern, and it's not, we're not planning to. And I'm 100% talking from my own experience. I'm not saying you've had this problem, but I'm sure someone has. Trying to pull yourself out of a bad time in your brain is ridiculous, dude. Trying to third person yourself out of something, and the only thing that luckily, I've got a child that I see all the time, so regardless of how bad I feel, or how broke I am, or how much I don't want to go anywhere, how much people annoy me because they're just untrustworthy, in general. It's not that they mean to be, that they're not nasty or mean. People just can't be trusted for small things, for tasks like being on time. Punctuality is something most people struggle with, and that's a problem I have with humanity, because for me, the one thing you can control is your fucking body to be somewhere on time. So if you can't be on time somewhere, there's something wrong. There's just something wrong. Seriously. One thing we can all do. Let's just all get together and be punctual. It's great. It's great to do. It's good. It's good for just getting through life. Your whole life you're told to be somewhere. And if you can't practice punctuality, bro, and that's even words. I don't give a shit about writing. You can learn to write or not. It hasn't actually helped me that much in life. I know I was a great writer at school. The things that have helped me the most were interacting with people outside of schoolwork. That's probably the thing that's taught me the most. I learned from other people all of my life. I've never really... near nothing that a teacher told me has stuck with me in my brain that had something to do with schoolwork. It never stayed. Hypotenuse triangles and all that shit. And I was entering maths competitions and winning, and I didn't even know how I was doing the workings. I don't know the rule of maths. I just do maths because it's maths. You just think that's the number goes there, boom, boom, boom. Maybe I'm autistic. Who knows? My brother is on slightly. I don't know if he's autistic. They say that they put that label on him, but I just think he's just different. I'm different. We're all different. Sometimes I get frustrated at the what do you call them, diagnoses of doctors for people now with adult ADHD. I really don't understand how being a hyperactive adult and not being able to concentrate is a syndrome. I feel like it's just a lack of growing up, because I do that. I am that. And I will never go and say, hey doc, can you tell me what's wrong with me, man? I can't stick to one task. I've got real issues with sleep. I don't eat fuck all, blah blah blah. And he'd be, but I eat once and it's heaps and all this sort of shit. I'm up and down, and he'd be like, oh, yep, you've got adult ADHD. I go, no. I just want to know what's wrong with me. They'll be like, adult ADHD. I go, no. Don't give me letters. Just give me solutions, right? So that's the thing. They won't tell you oh, you know what you could do? You could stream. You try streaming or something that's technical, and learning something that's gonna teach you something new. Because I tell you what, streaming and podcasting and social media helps me, because I'm sitting here right now talking to fucking no one and everyone at the same time. And that's technology. Technology is bizarre. How bizarre? How bizarre. Flinning in. Ooh baby. You're making me crazy. Every time I look around, it's in my face. Schlenin. In my face. Anyway, I've got my next sectiony fucking segment. What do you call it? You know what I'm saying. Q&A, baby. I got a couple more questions from people sent me questions, bro. Like, I actually asked for questions on TikTok, and voila, I got questions. Now, the great thing about, is it still working? Yeah. My camera now, is it is also my phone. Now, I didn't like that to start with, but of late, I can now look at the camera still while I'm talking to you and peruse stuff on my phone. Therefore, maintaining one-to-one connection with my audience whilst not being able to find the thing that I want. There we go. Good stall, good stall. So, a lady called Rebecca Jane Robertson. I don't know if I'm allowed, should say her full name. It doesn't matter. She's my good friends. Sass Boy's in the house. I don't know if he's watching, but Brother Coops, Sass Boys, Sasquatch with the flash watch, the Ash Dodge. He was my TikTok video, profile video for ages, playing a violin. We were doing Slim Shady to it. Anyway, his mum asked me, what 3 things would you do if you ran this country? I have not thought about it at all since reading it and screenshotting it. And this, I don't like. Okay, this is by no way a confession on partaking in any kind of illegal substance smoking. I do never ever admit to partaking in illegal cannabis use. I have used cannabis before. It's not a crime, and I will use cannabis in the future. But at this present time, I have never ever partook in illegal cannabis use. But the first thing I would do as Prime Minister, or fuck if I ran the country and I was allowed to, is decriminalise cannabis. 100,000% would be the first thing I do. Above homeless, above everything. It just doesn't make sense to put that much stress on our criminal justice system. Doesn't make that much sense to incarcerate so many people for fucking plants. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. Other things actually make kind of sense, even though they're dumb. 1080 poisoning's the worst thing that can happen, but it makes sense because they're trying to kill pests. Not passing the thing bill make no sense. Make no sense. Literally just because. I would say no because. So that's the first thing I would do. Second thing I would do is, like, as much as people have probably tried, sort the fucking land, Māori, Waitangi, fucking Shabaf. Give me your fucking captain. Like, Māoris, send me the greatest Māori you have. Your tauparaha, right? Send me your fucking sergeant. Bring him to me. We're going to sort it out right now. He comes. Kia ora, bro. We do a mihi. Rututut. I know how to do it properly. I don't want to waste people's time. He says, why you bring me here? Right? Why are you bringing me here? You can't give me what we want. What do you want, bro? And if I can just talk to him, surely there's a conversation that could be had where they would be like, this much. This is what we want. Because I'm pretty sure they have, right? They want control of certain waterways, stuff like that. Well, saying no for so long has just caused problems. If I was in charge, I would just say yes. Sorted. What is it you want? These things. Yes. Thanks. Sorry about all the shit that the colonialism and all that. Apologise. Let's sign a new treaty that says we've given it all back. And try and work in a deal where you can still make some money on it. You don't have to give it all back and be like run off. They're not saying give us our... Some are, the other radicals, but I mean the majority are asking for the rights back to their waterways and their lands. They're not asking you all to like go back to the country where your parents were born. Most of us in this generation now were born here, so we're all from New Zealand. It's all our land. It's just that, like being somewhere for longer than someone, it makes sense that those things were guarded by you before the people were there. That's number 2. Fuck, this is a hardcore question. Number 3. Trios. Number 3 would be... I don't even know. It'd have to be something to do with the children and care. Have to sort that shit out. So that would be my 3rd thing. Will be children and care. Because there's a lot of homeless people. There's so many problems in New Zealand. But like, I think the 3 that I've covered would be the 3 that I would go for first. Obviously, I would sort everything else out later on. No cap. Thanks to the bro's mum for the questions, dude. Sheesh. Sheesh. Hashish. Yo, and then one of my mates that I used to work with, he was a pizza chef with me for a brief time. He's an all-out awesome dude. His name literally is Bear, B-E-A-R, like the animal, and he is a bear, but he's not huge. He's just like the cutest lethal dude. And his last name's Chase. His name is Bear Chase. Like if 4 bears were running after you, it would be a bear chase. Or if you were chasing a bear, it would be a bear chase. His name is that. And when he was at work one day, he was on the grill. We took a photo of him and we said, Bear Grylls. Boom, boom, psh. Anyway, he asked me, yeah, I got one, hustler. How come you so dope, cuz? Mass good energy, mad steez to boot, and a whole gang of fun. How do you do it, my bro? Bloody neat eye. Well, Bear, let me tell you how I do it, G. People like you that I've hanged around, you know, like I actually spend time with you, bro, every day. And I know you're not watching because you're always fucking partying and doing shit. But people like you, bro, with the huge hearts. That's how I maintain steez and I'm cool, bro. That's the only way I can be cool. As if there's cool cunts around me. Fuck, this fucking phone of mine keeps sliding around because I'm trying to zoom. Abby Buttons. Abby Buttons. Bro, I got a fat face cam. You are a fat cam. Abby Buttons asks, what's the best cure for the hiccups? I don't know. I only know the normal ones like give someone a fright or hold your breath for ages is another one. I don't know any other ones. I might have to look into that. If anyone else knows what is the like best cure for hiccups, let us know. I have no idea. And also, or in your opinion, the ultimate hangover cure. Oh, for me, bro, when I used to drink, the thing that I didn't really get hangovers, but if I felt groggy in the morning, chocolate milk and a pie, bro, I was fucking elite. Go again, straight away. Just into it. Like, no stopping. And I already answered the what 3 questions, so that's it. That's all my questions of this week so far. And we're gonna shoot on over now to the next thing, which is current events. Fuck yeah! I'm trying to just fill this whole podcast with energy, and that kind of energy. Now, I'm just googling today news that is positive and funny, and we Google that shit with my fat hand over the screen, and we go good news, inspirational, uplifting, happy news today. We're going down. The top story I'm going to, nah, that looks boring. Let me get something that's fun. rescued someone from drowning. That's not funny or uplifting. It's great. Oh, here we go. Don't play. Don't you play. Don't play. Don't play. Hey. Look. I said don't play. Are you dense? Anyway. A bar in Dublin, Ireland took customer service to a new level when a bartender used one of its patio umbrellas to keep a patron dry and walk him home in the rain. What a good dude. So a dude from a bar grabbed one of the big giant umbrellas out of the what's he does it. He's like, give me that. And the dude was in a wheelchair, by the way. I just looked at the news article, but I wasn't going to watch the video because it's a very brief segment, current events, because boring. News is boring. Okay? If you find yourself every day at 6 o'clock tuning into the news, please, go outside and like just sniff stuff. Do anything else, bro. Clean your fingernail, cut your nails for an hour. I don't know. Go do something else for 1 hour. Don't trouble yourself with other people's problems, bro. Like, honestly, the news was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life. And I've been through some shit. And I'm telling you, the news is one of the worst fucking things I've ever come across. I've dealt with the media. They've written about me. There's also, there was all sorts of fucking controversy. And they're just scummy. And their only narrative is to scare people so you watch it again. It's never a fucking like, oh, today there was a box of fluffy ducks that fucking got born and everybody was happy and they ate chocolate and then there was milk. That's not happening on the news. It's always fucking, murder, death, fuck, get into your house, sickness, fucking viruses, whatever. Get your news out of here. Current events, that's it. Current events is done. Now, I got some shit for you, bro. I've got a dude that's gonna show you some jazz guitar, and then Fishump, his band 3-piece, play some fucking fat jazz fusion shit, and he's got like, bro, I don't want to ruin it, but we'll be in there soon.
As I lay here, dreaming that we were together. Yes, it's crazy, girl. Love is something you can't describe, no. Like the look of the rose, the smell of the rain, or the feeling of forever. No matter what, I can't stop thinking. No way about you. No matter what, no way I do. I can't stop thinking. No way about you. To proclaim that I love you is so easy to say it, for it I will tell you in my own special way, for meaningful words, girl. Ooh, don't want from.
Hey, I'm Jesse. I play in Adonai and Opium Eater in Wellington. This is the lick of today, but I'm not much of a licky kind of guy, so what I want to show you is kind of a basic turnaround. So starting with a major chord being your tonic. In this case it's an E, which is spelled 0, 7, 9, 8, 9, 7. Just a nice big fruity major chord. So the turnaround that I want to show you is the kind of the jazz standard, which is 2-5-1. So if you were to play the major scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When I say 2-5-1, I mean the second note of the scale and the fifth note of the scale. So you're basing chords off that to make the 2-5-1 transition. So big fruity major, the 2, the 5, the 1. So there's lots of cool ways to play with this. So starting from your major, going up to your minor. So this is a regular minor 7. This one's spelled 9, 11, 9, 10, 9. And then I'm using a dominant 7 chord for the 5 chord. In this case it's a B. So it's spelled 7, nothing, 7, 8, 9. So the cool thing with the 2-5-1 transition is it's so familiar to your ears that you can start to add alterations to it. So for instance, instead of playing this chord, the B dominant 7 that I just explained, you can mess with it because your ear is always leading you back to the 1. It's a natural thing. So instead of, you can add a lot of alterations. So you can play this one as a minor 9 and this one so you can, it's naturally drawing your ear back here. So this particular alteration is spelled 7, nothing, 8, and a bar on 8 from there on. It's always pushing back here, and it's the basis of a lot of jazz standards. So for instance, don't know why there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather. Yeah, heaps of them are built off that, but I also have a lot of fun just so that's a basic 2-5-1 transition instead of a lick of the day. There you go. And if you didn't get that, you should probably look at another video.
Set up the tent. That's what you know. I mean,
For these nights of romance, girl. You know, baby, you deserve so much. Ooh, it's crazy. Oh, love is like a piece of artwork. As I lay here, dreaming that we were together. Yes, it's crazy, girl. Love is something you can't describe, no way. Like the look of a rose, the smell of the rain, or the feeling of forever. No matter what.
So next segment we got is my favourite. It's the live music. So I've got the same guy that just showed you those guitar skills, and he's gonna come through and he's gonna sweeten the mood with 2 other dudes. Real mean band, bro. Like low key. That's so good, bro. Just sweet talk hydrate. Shout out to House of Shem, Dig Ziffers, Morse Gang, all of these bros for letting me use their music. Sip Hapu. Good to have friends, man. Anyway, Open Flame sessions coming up now.
alright, we're Adonai, and this is the Open Flame Sessions. First song is called Out to My Knees. life. And I remember and all that I've been on it. This is contact low. Sunken red eyes, unsatisfying view. Breathing in sighs, suppose I'm leaving blues. Cannot decide how I'll deal with you. Don't wanna lie, but I shouldn't tell the truth. Now are you today? You're staying dry. How are you today? You're keeping warm. Honestly, don't wanna try staring at my shoes. Sure, I'll inspire a contact glow in you. Afraid you'll inquire how I'm doing too. I wanna die, can't lay that on you. And how are you today? You're staying dry. How are you today? You're keeping warm. You'll get a contact from me. This is called Sexy Sadie.
Thanks.
Yeah,
We're
cheers,
out tonight.
everybody.
It's been Open Flame Sessions.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for coming in.
Oh, thank you everyone for tuning in. That's another episode done and dusted. I just carried on watching the rest of that episode. I grabbed our music from, and my mate said he couldn't decide He goes, we're like Wayne's World. He felt lost without me there because he did that episode on his own. And I do miss the bro, so hopefully he gets back into it one of these days. Anyway, shout outs to Aid and I, who was just performing. House of Shem, obviously, who we're listening to right now. Let me just throw up some more. House of Shem, Morske, and nonetheless, my good friend BB Malloy. Find him on YouTube and other socials. His band, the Dead Zephyrs. Thank you all very, very, very much. And as is life, it comes to an end, my friends. Catch you all later.